Okay, going to be going over a good holdout build. If you want to do well on holdout, the weekly in particular, with just you and maybe one person, not necessarily in a 4-stack. You want to do it quite easily so you don't have to worry, just do it once, get all the rewards and just leave it because it's kind of boring, let's be honest. So, build we're going to be doing is shotguns because shotguns OP. On holdout, you want anything that can just deal a lot of burst damage to loads of different targets. So you can use sort of any auto shotgun, you can use LMGs, you can use some assault rifles, not all of them. But yeah, for this build we're going to be using shotguns because that's, the best in my opinion. So, for the build, there's a lot you can do. I mean, first, Inspire, you have to pick it. On Holdout, if you go into custody, that's it. If anybody goes into custody, you're lost. So you want to make sure nobody goes into custody from downs. Make sure you always have dock bags. Inspire, just because it's Inspire. Next important thing, gonna get overkill just so you can actually do a decent amount of damage. When you get to the later waves 7, 8, 9, the cops get really tanky. You need to be doing a decent amount of damage. Have to be picking up overkill just to boost our shotgun damage. Your standard tank, make sure somebody has shotgun ore because it is very, very good skill. Technician, because it's just technician, skip that. Just standard sneaky bastards we can be dodging. We're actually going to be acing optical illusions so that we could be using either the Isma or the Grims and have decent damage with that. Even though science of skills not quite the damage they used to be, still you get really good concealment with aced optical illusions with very little damage lost. And you got your standard swan song. From here you got a couple options. You could get akimbo skills if you want to use the Grims. You could get high value target aced if you just want a little bit more burst damage on those specials. You could be getting close by ace. You really don't want to be getting far away, especially on holdout. It's not going to be very good for you. You could be getting some converts. You could what else could you get? I mean, Scavenger Aced isn't actually that bad, because on holdout you can have ammo issues on the later rounds. It's not going to be the worst compared to normal heists. There's a lot you can do. For the time being, I'm going to run close by aced and high value target aced because I'm using Isma. I'm going to be using Hacker because Dodge, it's an insane perk deck and it works even better on holdout than regular heists because you're going to be getting a lot of kills, not tag team, because you're going to be getting a lot of kills. You're going to always have 2 ECMs up constantly because of how many kills you get. What, 400, 500 kills in half an hour? Insane amount of kills. Going to have loads of ECMs. Constantly going to have that 70, 80 dodge. Perfect. Just perfect for this game mode. There's not really anything better. If you have a 4-stack, you could be running 3 hackers and Sicario, because also you're going to be getting a lot of smoke bombs, and that could really help. I mean, all these later perk decks, which comes with a throwable that decrease the cooldown on kills, because you're going to be a lot of kills, is pretty good. I would not recommend Stir because you're going to run out of juice in the later rounds. You're not going to have your uppers and you're going to have a bad time. But Sicario, Hacker, maybe a Kingpin. Obviously, Rogue wouldn't be bad. If you want to use some other things, sure, have fun. But for this build, I would definitely recommend having Hacker. Obviously, third ball, we're going to be using pocket ECMs, equipment, dock bags, suits, standard, buzzer or brass knuckle, whichever you prefer. It's the same thing. For primary, you could use either Isma or the Grims, you can use the Raven, but if you use the Raven, it's not as good in Holdout because there's going to be a lot more things to kill. The ammo efficiency isn't the best compared to Isma and Grims. If you're using an Isma, you 100% want to be using auto fire. Just gonna ammunition, triple O bark, just because, you know, it's the best. Short barrels so that we can get that low concealment, get those crits, go those sneaky bastard without acing either of them. Silent killer, just because it's not a huge amount of damage lost for having. It's -2 concealment, but you get so much more with optical illusion aced. If you don't want to use silencer skills, get the Donald's horizontal lever, because this one's just the better one. This one's solid. Boost, concealment boost just so you can get down to 4 without acing. But if you're not like too fussy, you know, any of these really, you don't want to be getting plus AC. You want to be getting minus AC if you want to use an accuracy one. Auto fire, of course. You could use single fire if you want to get full effect out of that close by ace, but it's not really worth it. Can't get a scope mount, doesn't really matter, nobody cares. +4 concealment, solid gadget. We're going to be using the compact one just so it doesn't reduce our concealment. AK rubber grip, just because we've got plus concealment. These ones don't give concealment. I mean this one gives 2. Plus stability, which is a good stat that we want. Magazine, because we have the silencers and all the other concealment boosts, we can actually boost this up. If you don't have a concealment boost, it's fine. You can still get down to 4 concealment, but you won't have the extended mag. Not a huge deal. If you don't use the extended mag, I would highly recommend close by, just so you don't have to be reloading every couple of seconds. So yeah, there's a lot you can do. If you use an extended mag, unfortunately you can't use a sight. I've not found a way that you can actually get a sight, but it doesn't matter with an Isma. It's got iron sight, it's good enough. You're just tapping heads, it's shotguns. You don't need to aim, you know? Just vaguely in their direction, you get headshots, you're fine. Stock, going to be using the skeletal stock because it gives plus concealment. -4 stability, a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world, it's -4 in stability, you know? But yeah, that's good. And then secondary judge, because, you know, it's the judge. We're going to be using silencer on this as well. Oh god, lost getting spoilers. We're going to be using HE rounds just so we can do big AoEs. Sometimes if there's a cop on the hostage, it gets a little frustrating with all these shields. Sometimes you just want to HE it down. It's really useful to have HEs on secondary, especially on Holdout, because there's going to be a lot of crowded cops. Once again, going to get silent killer just for, you know, concealment. That is some thick, you know, barrel, but, you know, apparently that's more concealable than anything else. If you don't want to use concealable, once again, that one is solid, you know, concealment booster, blah blah blah. It's basically the same thing. Can't get that, unfortunately, just because I can't be bothered to buy it with coins. It's just different look. Sight, we can actually get a sight on this. Yeah, I mean, I use speculator, looks nicest for that green cross, looks clean. So yeah, that's the build pretty much. You can customize it a lot. I mean, yeah, there's a decent amount of spare skill points left for you to do whatever. Maybe you can spice it up with a feign death. Something spicy like this, you know? Get a whole Messiah package in there. There's a lot you can do. Alright? It's good.